Welcome again. Another night, another evening. I honestly was not even sure that I wanted to play chess tonight. I thought about it, and then I decided that, okay, maybe I should get at least one game in to kind of keep that muscle alive. And I'm starting to get my groove again. Like the first night, I blundered my queen like twice, and last night when I was playing, even though I got my ass handed to me in the last game, like I didn't do any obvious blunders. My mistake was just with tactical. Just I was just outmaneuvered on tactics, really, and just strategy. Which if you can get away from the blunders, really, the blunders are the hardest. Or I won't say they're the hardest, but the blunders were kind of the first thing that I had to overcome on my journey of getting better at chess, or as I prefer to say, getting less crappy in chess. So I'm going to go ahead and play a 30-minute game with a random person. Just keep everything like quick match, everything how it's been, and see what kind of game I can get into. So here we go, starting out as black, and let's get the game going. Let me load up the chat room just in case anybody decides to stop by. Had a couple people last night, which was a little bit of fun. So, all right. So we've got a pretty standard opening so far. My opponent does not even have a icon, which makes me wonder. He's probably going to take. I feel like he's going to take my knight, which will create a double pawn, but that's fine. I don't mind trading a knight for a bishop, even if it results in me getting a double pawn. All right, so he just went ahead and castled as quickly as he could. Good for him. I respect that. I am going to try to do the same. Who do I want to take with? I mean, I have an option here. Part of me is tempted to take with my B pawn because that frees up this diagonal here to really go ahead and harass his rook. Actually, I think I'll do that because I also, if I keep my D pawn where it is, it will help me control the center more. So I'm going to go ahead and take with the B pawn. Okay, so what is this guy's rating? He anticipated, he's a 1030, I'm a 1080. All right, so we're pretty much the same. But I feel like he probably anticipated that move. That's fine. But now I have this problem to deal with, this double pawn. Let me go ahead and cancel. That was my original intention to begin with. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. He pushes up. I'm going to go ahead and do this. This move stops his bishop from coming down here. What if I go ahead and harass his knight? I could do that. I could try and be a jerk to harass the knight. I gotta remember to take my time. I mean, we are already we're 8 moves into this, and he's not even a minute done in his moves. I'm barely 2.5 minutes. So I can take a little bit of time. There's no harm in pausing. Kind of want to, let's see, I'm tempted to move my bishop here. Let's see what he does. This is really bad right here. This just feels terrible. I've got 4 pieces on the C rank. So that feels horrible. But if I can get my knight here and then put my knight here, that will at least be annoying for him. There's that. I'm going to go ahead and take. I'll just do the exchange. This pawn is weak. So let's see. My e-pawn is weak. He will probably take it if I don't defend it. I would like to do something with these guys, but I can't. I'm just going to go ahead and defend the pawn. Of course, my queen is now completely trapped. I can still move here. As a matter of fact, let's do that. I'd like to get my bishop into the game. I'm just not sure which direction I want to go with my light squared bishop. Do I want to go king side or do I want to go queen side? I don't see much. I don't see much. Since we're both on the king side, I feel like that's where most of the action's going to be. You know what? I might hold off on that just for a second, just to push up with this pawn. And then push up again. No. Yeah, this double pawn's really bothering me. Oh, boy. Yeah, let me go ahead and get my bishop here. I should have seen that coming. Yeah, that's fine. I'll retreat. This d5 square is heavily guarded. I can get rid of my double pawn situation, which makes me happy. Should have anticipated that move. If he goes here, he's annoying my queen. What's he going to do? He's going to come down? Well, no, actually, the knight is protected by the rook. Glad I saw that, because I almost thought that the knight was unprotected. Got to be careful here. I'm thinking b6. That will attack this. That doesn't give him much. Yeah, I think b6 is the way to go. It also gives me this diagonal. Is there any way I can use that? Is there any way I can get here? I could go dot, dot. He'd be pinned. Something like that. All right, so he just defends the knight. I could harass his knight. I could try to do my plan. Even if I put my knight there, what does that get me? It doesn't get me a whole lot. Can I protect this square? You know, if I could get him here. Maybe I will push up with the pawn to threaten his knight. I'm kind of leaning towards that. He's up a pawn. He's up a point. What is this guy's? His name is Walkie CBB. He's another fellow. I've been playing a lot of Americans lately. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying. I've been playing a lot of Americans lately. Okay. All right. If I push up, he's okay. Let's look. If I push up with my pawn, he probably takes his knight over to c3. In which case I can go here, annoying that guy, but then he just moves it back down here. Now I'm going to do this. No, okay, so maybe he moves his knight here to c. That's really his only viable option, unless he wants to lose the knight, is to move it to c3. Or you can move it to a3. All right, thank you. I'm tempted to move my pawn just to give my light squared bishop some more room to breathe. I'm still tempted. You know what? I think no. I really want to get I would love to get my knight either on this square or this square. And actually this square would be better. The G4 square would be better because that's a checkmate square. Let's say I take, he recaptures. No, it doesn't do me any good. What if I start to push up? What if I push up with my pawn? Push up again. Would he take? And then I take. He can't. Oh, but that's being guarded by this guy right here. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I mean, I'm not really sure what to do. I'm just going to push up with my pawn. That's probably a bad move, but that's what I'm going to do. It is the move I've got. It's the move I'm going to do. Because I think he's going to start coming down with his pawns. So I figure if I can get my pawn out ahead of the game. Now I probably want to bring my rook over, maybe line it up with his queen. And that's exactly what he's doing. So I'm going to lose a pawn here, but I'm not too heartbroken about it. Or do I want to push? I might just want to push up, actually. If I take, and then he takes, create a little dam there. Yeah, so his knight over here in the corner is kind of useless right now. He wants to push down. So this knight, his knight over here on the A file is can't do anything. Anywhere it goes, it's going to get killed. Ooh, that's a good move because my guy here is undefended. I take, he recaptures. Nah, that's not good. That's not good. That's not a good one either. I've got to do something about this knight. I can't just let the knight go. I think the best bet is probably move it over to d7. It's guarded by the bishop. Though that is a bad position because of where this knight is. So I might have to do something crazy. Guarding with my king might be an option. Let's do that, because that actually will also bring my king into the center a little bit. And he's got two knights. I've got a knight and a bishop. So as far as that goes, I would say I have a slight advantage, though he does have a little more material than I do. I suspect he'll push down with the pawn. Maybe he will want to guard this. Maybe he'll want to guard his pawn on the B file by maybe bringing his rook over. So if I do take this pawn, he can do that. He's offering a queen trade. If your opponent offers a queen trade, you probably don't want to take the queen trade. If I don't take the queen trade, he's going to grab this pawn. That might have been a mistake. And he's going to grab my C pawn. No, he's not. I've only got one safe move for my queen. So I might as well do it. Depending on his next move, I might start to push up with this pawn, create some pressure. If he takes... All right, so he did what I thought he would, and that was take that pawn. I think... Well, whatever is going to happen, this has been a good game. I feel intellectually stimulated and satisfied by this game. I feel like this is good. This is definitely causing me to put my thinking caps on. I'm not in any danger. I can't go here. I would like to get rid of this guy somehow. I just don't see a clear way of doing that. I'm doing that move because that will also give my king another square to go to that's not on the back rank. Well, he can't go to g6, so that's one of the reasons I thought I would clear that up. So I'm tempted to take this. Yeah, I'm tempted to take. I kind of want to recapture the pawn that he just took, but now I'm tempted to take the one closer to the king. That'll get my bishop up to the king. But then I don't know. I'd have to do some weird trickery. I don't know. I'm also tempted to simplify the game. Move my rook here, let him take, I take. He probably just, no, he wouldn't do that. No, let me go ahead and, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to take that because, okay, he can't, I mean, I guess he could, if he really wanted to, he could maybe protect that pawn, but I'll just do this. Because this guy can't be defended, can it? I don't see any defense for it. All right, so he's creating some pressure. Two can play at that game. Oh, wait a minute. Did he just give me his rook? Wait, he just gave me his rook, which will also likely result in me taking his knight. Yeah, I got to take the rook. I think this was a blunder on his part. I might be able to get checkmate here somewhere. If I go here, that's check. My knight is guarded. I don't have to worry about that. So if I go queen to d1, check him, he will have to go to somewhere on the g file. I could go to h1. Then he can. I don't want him to go more towards the center. I want him to. So I think I'm going to go to d1. If I go to d1, that forces him to the edge of the board more. Yeah, let's do that. I gotta be careful because this is also part of the game where I'll just like stop paying attention, or I won't pay as much attention, and suddenly I'll be I'll lose. Is this checkmate? This might be no. That's not quite checkmate. Getting close. Let's make sure my queen is safe here. I'm pretty sure she is. He's gonna go here. This might be checkmate. Yep. Yes. 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 All right. All right. I am almost back over 1100. I'm at 1099. 1099. So okay, that was good. That was good. He was playing for somebody at my level. That was a strong game. He was playing strong, and that was a good evenly matched skill set of a game, I would say. So let's go ahead and review. Game. Let me see if anybody's in the chat room. And oh, Hove is back. Our Macedonian friend. Let's see. The rook. It checks him. Okay, so he was talking about my game. That's checkmate. Queen to h1. That's checkmate. No, queen to h1 wasn't checkmate. Queen h1, king g3, queen g2, queen g. Well, anyway, the point is I managed to checkmate the dude. I managed to get that game. Checking scores. So a 14.4. He failed that game. I had a 77.5, which is I would back when I was teaching, I would round that up to probably I might round that up to a C plus. I had no blunders. I had 3 mistakes, and I had a missed win. A missed win. So let's go ahead and retry. Let's try these. Okay. How do I get rid of this thing on the bottom? I don't want to see this thing on the bottom. It's big. It's taking up a lot of space, and I have no interest in what it's showing me. How do I get rid of it? Let me just try. Oh gosh. Oh Jesus. All right. Profile. Why is it so? I feel like it's difficult to look at your previous games in this on this website. Okay, here we go. Okay, retry. Where's my report? Is this the game I just played? Yeah, that's the game I just played. Retry mistakes. That's what I want. Okay. Wait. Oh, I don't want this thing on the bottom. Settings. Interface. Show move classics. Show best. Show evaluation bar. Is that it? No, that's not it. Move strength color. Show classification on board. Show best move. How do I get rid of this thing on the bottom? It wasn't there last night. I don't remember it being there last night. Go away. Stop it. Can I get rid of it through? No. Just how do I get rid of this thing? Ugh. All right, fine. I can get rid of the thing on the left, but I can't get rid of the thing on the bottom. Score. Ah, there we go. Okay, got rid of it. Fine. All right, it's got to click it twice. Okay, retry. What did I do here? I think I pushed up with my pawn. I think I did. Is that what I did? D5? It tells me what I did. Yes, that is what I did. I pushed up with my pawn. The computer says there's a better move. What is it? What is this better move? Maybe knight to h5 because of this outpost? Nah, it can't be that. Pushing up the double, the stacked pawn? No. I don't believe that either. I think I did the best move. I think what happened is I made the best move and the computer's just jealous. Hove says queen to d7. Really? I mean, I guess that protects that pawn. No, Hove was not right. Hove was wrong. Best move. Why is my hint? There's little quirks about this UI. Like see the light bulb here? The light bulb is grayed out. What if I refresh? Retry. All right, now the light bulb comes back. Okay, so this pawn, and that pawn can only do one thing. And that's what I was actually saying before I listened to Hove, was actually I think I said that. At least I thought it. Okay, he pushed down here. This is why I responded by doing that, by pushing my pawn up to g5. And the reason I did that was because I didn't want him coming down with this pawn. In retrospect, it probably would not have been that big of a deal because I could have just captured if he did. The computer says there's a better move. Let's get a hint, which is the knight. Really? Well, the knight only has 2 moves it can do without getting killed. I'm going to say it is the move that would attack my opponent's knight. That has to be the perfect one. And that's it. Great. All right, so he brought his queen to my side of the board. And honestly, I think this might be when time started to when the tide started to change. And I have noticed that the computer is often very aggressive with, like, you know, take what you can, even if it's at your own risk, at your own expense. In this case, I bet the computer thinks I should have done a queen sacrifice or a queen trade. No? All right. Well, okay. I'll just shut up then. I'm surprised the computer didn't think that. So what did I do? I ended up taking this pawn. But the computer says there's a better move. I wonder if the computer thinks that the knight going here was still the best move, because that's what it thought before when the position was similar. What does Hove say? Hove says queen to d7. It might be the sacrifice. I mean, yeah, it might be a sacrifice. No, it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought too, but it wasn't. I'm going to think, nope, okay, wasn't that. And why when I get it wrong does it then block out the hint? All right, let me refresh and get my hint back. At least I know how I can get my hint back. All right, get my hint. The queen. So it says I should have moved the queen, but the queen sacrifice is not it. Taking the pawn's not it. Is moving my pawn to b8 to attack his... No, that's not it. What about moving my queen to b4? Which puts pressure on these two guys. Really? The computer says the best move was with my queen. What about d8? d8? What does that do? That protects my knight again. All right, no. I want to figure this out. Let's okay, but because process of elimination. Okay, I go there, I'm dead. I go here. That's arguably an okay move. I take the pawn, which is what I did, so that's not it. Okay, I go over to a5. Oh, joy, that's a move. I don't know how great of a move. a7? Then I'm still guarding my c5 pawn, but my queen is not in harm's way. If I go here, that's dead. If I go here, that's not much. Here, I'm dead. Here, not much. I'm going to say A7. Because I guess the computer says that, okay, I should not do the queen sacrifice, but maybe this pawn here is still worth guarding. No. What in the world? Okay, no. Then it has to be one of these back rank moves. It has to be B8, because at least with B8 I'm attacking. Are you serious? Is it B8? All right, what move am I missing? Tell me, oh, wise computer. Oh. Well, that was the second one. That's what I just said. But that's still... That seems like a worthless... Because even though it's putting pressure on both these pieces, they're still guarded. Though, granted, they are guarded by the same piece. So their guard is not that great. I mean, it's okay. I just don't know if I agree with that. But again, it's a computer. What am I going to do? I'm going to, what can I do? Disagree with the computer? No. What I can do is have one more drink and play one more game, which is what I think I'm going to do. This is what happened last night, where I came on the stream and I was like, I'm only going to play one game. I'm going to finish this drink and I'm going to have a game. And then 2 hours later, 2 hours, 3 games later, and about 3 drinks later, I had played a few games. Here's my vodka. I'm enjoying Russian Standard here. It's a new sponsor of my channel. They're really not, but it should be as much as this says I drink. Russian Standard and giant grocery store brand orange juice. I drink a lot of orange juice, but the problem is it's not that I drink a lot of orange juice by itself. It's I drink a lot of orange juice with vodka. And so I don't know if that means that the orange juice is still good or if it's like a zero-sum game. Because like maybe the vodka is counteracting the orange juice, and so it's like I'm drinking water. Or maybe the vodka's not that bad, because they say that as a man, you can have like 2 drinks a day and that's still healthy. Of course, I never bothered to look up a definition of a drink. So, I'll do like, oh God. So of course I'll do like, let me do 3 parts vodka, 1 part orange juice. But that's only 1 drink, right? Probably doesn't work like that, but I like to tell myself it does. All right, let me get comfortable in my seat. I got my blanket. I've got this old ratty pillow that I've had for like 7 years, and I need to learn how to sew so that I can make a new pillowcase for it, because I refuse to get rid of the pillow itself. It kind of has a little sentimental value, but I also like the pillow. All right, so we got that. All right, let's play. Let me make sure I got the chat room back. All right, I got the chat room. Hove is still there. Thank you, faithful Hove. He's attacking. This video is brought to you from vodka. Yes. It is brought to you from vodka. I'm indulging quite a bit since it's the weekend. Tomorrow night, I probably will not indulge as much. Granted, I did not just say I'm not going to indulge. I just won't indulge as much. All right, do another 30-minute game, and then literally, that's it. After that, we're done. I got to go to bed at a decent hour tonight, because there's stuff I want to do in the garden tomorrow. There's stuff I want to do in the pathway behind my house. There's things I need to do. This morning I didn't get to bed until like 3 o'clock last night. I slept until about 10:30 this morning. I can't do that again until tomorrow. I have to get up at a decent hour tomorrow. This game... Am I playing the same goddamn person? No, it's a different person, but this was the same opening. He's going to castle. He's not going to castle. I need to be careful because there is a trick that he can draw me into. And I always forget this trick. I think it's something like he pushes his pawn down, I take it, he takes. I don't know the trick, but it's I'm no, because I want to bring my bishop out so that I can castle. There's a trick. I just don't know it. So I bring my bishop out. He comes down to fork. I take. He takes. No, there is a trick. I'm probably going to walk right into it. But I know there's something weird going on. With this opening, there's some weird. There's a trap. There's a trap. Checking the chat room. He can do knight to g5. Yeah, he can do knight to g5 and plant his knight there. I'm not too concerned about that because if he does do it, I mean, it would be better to be proactive and be waiting for him to just stop him from doing it. But even if he does it and then I push my pawn up, I'll probably just kick him out. What worst happens is what is the worst that happens? He actually, you know what? I might not actually at this point in the game. If he does, it's his turn right now. So if he does do this, I am inclined to just go ahead. Wait a minute. Maybe I don't want to go ahead and castle because he's got this. Okay. My defense. Okay. I've been here before. And this is where I just kind of go YOLO and just take my pawn up. So what are his choices? If he takes with his bishop, I'll take with my knight. He captures that. I capture his pawn. No, I can't capture his pawn because it'll be captured. I think here the best thing to do is just to take my knight up to interrupt this trap that he's trying to set up on F7. Yeah. And what's his rating? I mean, his rating is probably similar to mine, 1092. So I'm assuming that he's probably not some like, I'm going to assume he actually is a 1092. In which case, and this is another thing, like why I don't like playing the computer. Because when I know I'm playing somebody that's a 1092, and if I operate under the assumption that they're a 1092, I know that they're going to make that that there's going to be imperfections in their play, and I can try and work with those imperfections and work around them. Whereas a computer doesn't really operate like that. It's different. Whereas with in this case, there's a little bit of psychology involved. Hove is telling me to castle. That's the trap. No. I'm going up. Because if he takes with the bishop, I'll recapture. So now he's blocked his trap. My cats are running around. I don't know if you can hear that. My cats are chasing each other. He's blocked. So what if I just go here? If he pushes down, I could take the pawn. Push the pawn up to h6. He takes my knight. I take his knight. He takes my pawn. I capture his pawn. But I've alleviated the trap. I think I'll do that. Jove says he can still play a d6 pawn and opens a secret opening. I don't know what that means, a secret opening, but okay. So I'll let him take the pawn. I assume he's going to take the pawn. Otherwise, I'll take his pawn and then... I mean, he could take the pawn and still be up a pawn. He can still play it d6 pawn, and opens a secret attack. I don't see it. But I mean, I guess that's why it's a secret. Ah, okay. Yeah, I kind of blundered this, didn't I? I'm going to go for broke. Put my queen here. Let him do his little plan. I move over. He queens. I go for checkmate. Right? Again, if he's a novice, it's going to look tasty to him. Maybe. Jove says move your king. No, I'm going against all advice. Going against it. I'm sticking to my checkmate plan. He takes. Maybe I do something like move my king, my knight here. He takes my rook because it's so tempting because he's going to get it. Okay, all right. Wait a minute. I have checkmate, don't I? Wait, I have checkmate. It's a good thing I didn't listen to Jove. See, I told you. Like there's this psychology when it comes to players at this low level where you're starting to learn a little bit of theory and you're starting to get a little bit better and you're starting, and there's this whole psychology. And he saw I was trying to do something with my queen and was just trying to harass my queen and completely just missed that I had checkmate. Wow. And that is that wow. Okay. No, that game ended up being really short. So maybe I'll do another game after that. But let's review this one really quick. That was that was checkmate. See, Jove, I should not have listened to you. I should absolutely not have listened to you. Okay, so he and I both had a horrible score on this. He had a 7.1. I had a 25.4. We both failed this game. We both failed it terribly. I had a blunder and 2 mistakes. What? There were like a total of what, eight moves in the game? How many moves were there? I need to plug my computer in. No, there were, I don't know. I'm not going to look at it, but I'll go ahead, retry my mistakes, and then play another game real quick. Okay, retry. So D5, what did I do here? This is where I pushed up. Jove was telling me to castle. let's see if Hove was right. Hove was right. I don't like that answer. Because then he takes, or no. He wouldn't take with that. He would take with his bishop. No, I don't like that answer at all. But again, maybe that's something that, at a higher level, like everybody at a higher level, because since I did something weird, like pushed up with my pawn, he didn't know how to respond to that. Whereas a higher level player would have known how to respond to that properly in order to still accomplish fucking me up. So, okay, so he takes the pawn here. What did I do? I did h6. This is, okay, I castled. A rook is 5 points, a knight and a bishop is 6 points. But I wouldn't have gotten a knight and a bishop. I would have only, let's go back to that for a minute. I would have only gotten, okay, so what did I do? This is where I pushed up. So I push up. Oh, no. Let's say I did what Hove suggested. I castle, which is, okay, so castle. And then, oh, never mind. I give up. Never mind. I'm getting all confused now. All right, I'm just going to go to the last one here. I did queen to, oh, yeah. Even the computer was like, what? WTF? What? And this is where I basically I was counting on him blundering. I was counting on him blundering. There was a better move. Maybe it was to castle. Nope, it was not to castle. So what's the better move here? The better move to move my knight? Nope. All right, let's get a hint. Oh, I can't get my hint. I got to refresh. The king. And I believe Hove at one point did say move your king. So I don't like that either. Because then I just don't like it because it gets rid of my castle. Of course, I put myself into this terrible situation. So I effectively was giving myself fewer and fewer options as the game went along. But oh, what a great ending. Well, let me just go. What a great ending. That was not a good move on his part. And I just had this beautiful little checkmate right there. That was the icing on the cake. That was excellent. Such a good game. Such a good game. And I'm going to play another one because I literally had just poured myself a drink. I'm nowhere near done with that drink. So let's go ahead and start one more game. All right, I am black. I think I've been black every game tonight. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like I have been I've been the dark pieces the entire evening. Maybe I want to stick with that because I believe last night I was dark pieces also on the games I won, and the only game I lost was with Hove. So I don't know. It might be something to go back and look. My opponent may be... Okay, I thought he was abandoning this game. Hopefully this will not end up being a time sink. Hopefully he'll actually play. You know, back when you're rated like 800 and you're really just starting out, you do have a lot of people that just come in and abandon games. And I guess that they abandon games in the hopes that you will, close your browser and then they will win the game. But the higher you get in your rankings, the less that happens. But unfortunately, even at so I'm now at 1100. Not that that's anything to brag about, but even at this at the level of 1100, it still happens where people just abandon games, and I kind of get the feeling right off the bat. I got the feeling that this is what this guy is going to do. So this is Richie 9362. He is an 1137. What is that flag? That is France's stripes are vertical. Is that Thailand? Red, white, and blue? Horizontal? Is that Thailand? Richie 9362 from Thailand? Oh, Indonesia. Are you sure that's not Thailand? I think that's Thailand. What's Thailand's flag look like? Oh, Thailand's flag is red, white, blue, white, red. Whereas Indonesia flag is just red and white. But is that red and white? I guess it is. It's kind of hard to tell. All right. Hove, he says he can't abandon now because you played a move, and if he doesn't, you will lose. No, he can't. Well, he can abandon the game in the sense that he can walk away, and now I have to wait 27 minutes for him to, I have to wait 27 minutes for the game to end. I'm afraid that if I close the browser and go on to something else, what's going to happen is he will come back when when he has like 3 minutes left and make a move, and then suddenly I'm the one who abandoned the game. So the chat room is telling me Richie has disconnected and the game will auto resign in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So let's see what happens in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I think what I might do if this game does abandon, what I might do just for fun is play a couple of like bullet games, because I am really horrible at bullet. I mean, I'm horrible at this, and like, when you're just starting, you want to like play longer games where you can actually take your time to think, and you don't have that quick reaction time. So maybe it would be fun if I played a couple bullet games and just got my ass handed to me. Maybe that would be entertaining. We'll see in about 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Yeah, no, I don't like Richie 9362 from Indonesia. Hove says, I started with 3-minute games. No, I can't do that. I started with 10-minute games, and I don't know. But again, I haven't really improved in this game. I fear that this is as good as I'm ever going to get. But then again, I do go on these hiatuses. There was a point there maybe 2 or 3 years ago where I was playing, and I played consistently for about a year and a half. I was playing every day. And that was really when when you start out from scratch, really. I mean, I've always known how to play chess. I've known the basic rules, but I never really was like, all right, I'm going to create an account and keep track of my stats. And so when I started doing that, and when I started learning tactics, and when I started learning openings and whatever, I was like an 800, like a 700-800, like where I would like to think where most people start when they start getting quote unquote serious about chess. And so I went from like an 800 to like 1,000 in about 6-9 months time, and then I just kind of stalled. And I was living in Florida at the time with my girlfriend, and I would play the games in bed. Like we would go to bed, and she would fall asleep, and I'd be on my iPad in bed playing a game, and I would lose, and I would just be like, "Fuck!" And I would like, "Ah!" And she would wake up, and she's like, "What?" And so I would just get so emotional about the game. And I literally was like, okay, I need to step away from the game. I need to step away and not play. And that's what I did for like a year. For like a year, all I did were tactics. I tried playing the computer. I don't like playing the computer because it's very different. There's no psychology involved. Because there's definite, I don't care what anybody says. There is definite psychology involved when you play an actual human. There is a psychological aspect that is just not there when you play a computer. And so I couldn't play. I couldn't play a computer. It just I didn't enjoy it. See, look at this. Look at this asshole. He wants to. He's making a move. He sat there, waited. He disconnected. He reconnected, and now you know. So I guarantee you that's what this guy's doing. He has no interest in playing a game. He just wants to abandon a game. But you know what? I can sit here and I can talk about nothing for 45 minutes. I can blab for 45 minutes or an hour, however long it's going to take. And so Richie9362, if you want these points, you're going to have to work for them. Hove, what I actually do is every day I play chess, but I put a timer for an hour. But for you, because you play longer games, you should put yourself a challenge like 5 games a day. Or like, and actually, that's true. So before my 45-day hiatus that I have mentioned multiple times, what I was doing is I was saying, okay, I will play 3 games a day, and that's it. I will play 3 games a day, and that's it. So that's what I did. All right, so he is moving his bishop out. This is just like the last game. I mean, not quite. I'm going to heed the advice of Hove and move to h6 to prevent the knight from coming down. Maybe I should have listened. But yeah, no, so going back to what Hove said about like, you know, you only play so many games a day. But yeah, no, so I was playing like maybe 3-4 games a day. But and then another thing I did was because so this is all on chess.com where like I'm actually conscious of my rating. I started playing anonymous games on Lee Chess where like okay, because I think the thing that messed with my head the most is this number. So you look at this number down on the bottom, it's 1112. And that number just messed with my head. Because if it went lower, it just was like, wow, my value has gone down. My value has literally gone down because the number has gone down. So I would play like anonymous games on Lee Chess where, you know, if I lost the game, well, it didn't affect my number. I just lost the game. It was more of a learning experience than, you know, losing points. So that actually helped as well too. But I don't know. I got up and above 1200 and got down, and so I don't know. So 1200 was. I was very proud when I broke 1200 because when you actually register for your chess.com account, the default rating is 1200, or at least it was when I registered. It was 1200. Okay, what's he doing? He's bringing his. He's making very slow moves. He really wants me to abandon this game. I'm not going to do it, dude. I'm not. It's not happening. I think I'm just going to continue with development, bringing my knight out as well. Hove says, yeah, me too. Once I got to a 1300 rating, I was happy, but then I fell to 1100, but now I'm at 1400. Yeah, you know, because, and then it's really hard to get out of these slumps because you get into these slumps where, you know, you lose 4 or 5 games in a row and you're like, fuck you, I'm playing another one. And then you lose again. Fuck you. And then you play another one. And you just like, it really, the best thing you can do is just step away for like a day and just like, no, but it just becomes very like, oh, I take it so personally. I'm thinking about moving my bishop here. If he comes, oh, no, you can't do that. That's not an illegal move. I move my bishop. He moves his pawn. I take. He takes. I take. I think that's then he takes with his queen. So maybe I don't take. I'm still going to move my bishop. Let's see what happens. So I have 2 cats, and I have not a big house, but it's not a small house either. and they're just running. They're just like making laps. They're just running, or like completely around the house. And so if you hear a noise, if you hear like these little scampers, it's my cats. All right, Richie 9362. Are there people in Indonesia really named Richie? I mean, is Richie a name that somebody from Indonesia would give their child? I don't know. I don't know a lot about Indonesia. I mean, I really don't know anything. I know it's in Southeast Asia. Um, all right, so I think that this would be a good outpost. Maybe it is threatened, but it's well protected. Maybe I can trap him. Let's see. I push up. He takes. I take. He takes. No, he's guarding that more. This the reason I did this move is I would like to park my bishop here. Jove says, when I fell to 1100, to be honest, I just thought I was just really confused because all of a sudden I started playing really bad, but I normally play pretty good. No. I was considering taking lessons from. So one of my favorite chess channels is I think it's John Bartholomew. I think is that his name? John. I'll look it up. Yeah, John Bartholomew, and he's one of my favorite chess. He is my favorite chess channel, and I love his videos. He just seems like such a genuinely nice person, and he just does chess in this very calm and just friendly tone. And I actually wrote him an inquiring about him. There was a minute there where, I mean, he's expensive, but he's very popular in YouTube, and he's very good. He's not a master. He's what's the international master or something like that. So I mean, he knows what he's doing. It was I think 150. He wanted 150 or 125 an hour, and I said, okay, well maybe I'll just do like 2 lessons and see if like if I'm getting anything out of it, because I don't want to spend that kind of money if I'm not getting anything out of it. And he was like, okay, well, then I'll write you when I have some openings. He didn't write me again until like 6 months later. And so by that point, that was when I was in one of my I hate chess phases, like fuck you chess, I don't want to play you ever again phases. So I never responded to him. But if this keeps up, maybe I will write to him. Okay, I don't know what he is doing here. I'm going to take with my pawn. I'm going to take with the pawn, because if he brings his pawn down, is there something else I'm missing? No, I don't think there is. I'm taking that. Yeah, no, I'm taking. That did not seem like a good move. That seemed like a bad move. I'm going to go back to that for a minute. So this was the position we were at, and this is what he did? If I was him at this position, can I flip the board? If I'm him here, what am I doing? I'm probably pushing that pawn up. I mean, I haven't thought about it a lot, but that's probably what I'm doing is pushing that pawn. But no, he does that. Jove says, "Are you sure you're playing with an 1100 rating?" I'm going to assume you're talking about my opponent, and honestly, I don't know. I don't know. This could be somebody who just abandons games. I mean, because he's taken 5 minutes between. I mean, he's taken a long time between each moves. There's no reason, and not at this point. Like, not at this point in the game. There's no reason. This is just a scam player. And actually, I want to make sure I block him. I'm going to block him. Lock, because I do not want to end up playing him again. Yes. This is going to be this is going to be an easy victory. Well, I don't know. He could come back in the last 3 minutes and then just suddenly it's Magnus is playing me. So this could be Magnus, for all I know, and he's just busy doing something else right now. Can I look at his? Let's look at his profile. And I want to look at his other games. So he won. He won a 30. Let's see. How did this game? How did this game go? So Richie is white here. But in all of this, he's not taken. I mean, he's. I'm looking at the time signatures over here on the right-hand side, and he's not taken a long time. I mean, the moves are being made pretty quickly with some gusto, or whatever, like he's not sitting there trying to like abandon the game. And it looks like this game, did his opponent resign? Is that what happened? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe his opponent resigned. I'm not sure. Jove says, this is why I really don't like 30 minutes, because what if you're playing against a troll, it just makes one move and then just doesn't move and just wastes your time? Yes, and that is true. That is definitely something that happens definitely with like 800, 900 rated players. But the higher you get in ranking, the less that happens. Unfortunately, I am still ranked pretty low, so it does happen. But I would say if I had to guess, when I started out with the 30-minute games, it probably happened maybe upwards 40, maybe even 50% of the time. It happened a lot, at least about 40% of the time. Now it happens maybe 15% of the time. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. It definitely does happen. And I think that's what's happening here. I think this is just a score troll. But again, you know what? Like, I'm happy just sitting here talking for the next 13 minutes. And it's fine. It's fine. We can look at some of Richie's other games. What else? What else did Richie do? Let's look at. He's played 3. Did he resign? He resigned. Oh, but abandonment. I won by abandonment. All right. I'm not even going to bother analyzing that one because that was just worthless. So I still have about 40% of my drink left. I'm going to put the cards down. So let me play a couple of fast games just to see. So 1 minute. 1 minute's too much. I cannot. Let's try it. Let's just. What the hell? Let's go. What's my score in 1 minute? I don't even know. Whoa. I can't. This is just insanely. Can't do this. Wait, I got to think. Oh Jesus, this is just this. There's just too much pressure. 35. What's happening? Wait, what? How am I checked? No. Wait, what happened? He took my queen. Wait, what is? I don't understand. Stop it. I I told you to stop. Stop checking me. There we go. All right. Oh, well, that that didn't go well. What? Why can't I go where? Okay, there. Guess I'm supposed to go there. All right, no, that was just terrible. Hove's got to go. Well, if Hove's gone, I'm gonna go too. So I'll just gulp this drink down. I'm rated. I'm literally rated a 562 in the bullet games. So that should tell you something. So thank you for joining Hove. Thank you anybody who watches this. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm not exactly sure. So I'll see you next time. Enjoy your evening.